Hello, my name is Azri.
And my name is Hasana.
We are working with Global Sport Partners Malaysia to bring you this video. Global Sport Partners Malaysia manufactures the Midas X1 tournament disc and Midas 3.0 trainer disc in Malaysia. We are excited that you want to learn how to throw a forehand properly.
This video is going to talk about proper way to throw a forehand, also known as a flick. Before we get into throwing, please feel free to like this video and subscribe. We will be providing lots of ultimate and disc-related content for you to enjoy. You can also follow us and ask questions on our social media. Now, let's get started.
The flick is a very different throw compared to the backhand. It is a much more violent motion which requires a lot of spin and arm control. We're going to talk about these four major components: proper hand position, foot placement, wrist and arm position, and last but not least, the spin and the release.
The first thing we are going to talk about is hand position. It's extremely important on a flick. Start by making an L with your thumb, your index finger and your middle finger of your throwing hand. The other two fingers should be closed. Now place the top of the disc next to your thumb. Your index and your middle finger will go along the inside of edge of the disc with your middle finger touching the edge. There should be some tension placed on the middle finger and the pointer finger. Your wrist should be able to move while the disc should not move at all by doing this.
You should be facing your throwing target. In ultimate, you must have a pivot foot. This is a leg that cannot move or it is a foul. This will be the leg opposite of your throwing hand. Your leg below your throwing arm should be slightly wider than your shoulder. You should be able to stand here comfortably and be able to bend your knees. As you get better at throwing, you can start stepping and throwing. This will add power to your throw when you are ready to extend the distance of your throws.
To begin the throwing motion, your wrist should be pulled back. Your throwing arm should be away on the side of your body. You want the disc to be as flat as in parallel to the ground. You can add a bend on your elbow when throwing, but this may cause you to start using your bicep to dominate the throw. We want the wrist to do most of the work as a beginner.
Now that our arm is out and away from our body, we want to use our wrist to release the disc. Take your time to throw this a few times before using anything but only your wrist. Really focus on spinning the disc of your middle finger while holding the disc firmly until it's released. After doing this a few times, you may add a bend to your arm and snap the disc. If you are right-handed and the disc is not flying straight, you may be having the following issues. If the disc is flying to the right, this means that the disc is leaning in your hand or that you're holding the disc too loose. If the disc is flying to your left, you are possibly rolling your wrist or holding onto the disc for too long.
A good visual is to think of when you're throwing is that the disc is a serving platter and act like there's a drink on top of it. You don't want to spill the drink. The flatter the disc, the better. We'll start to add angles to this in a very specific situation and in wind. One way that really helps beginner is to sit on the ground. This takes away thinking of your legs or trying to bend your arm too much. You have to use your wrist to spin the disc with minor arm motion. As you get more accurate with this, try standing up. You will get more power and your accuracy will already be strong. Another way to make sure you're using your forearm and not your bicep is to hold your throwing bicep with your opposite arm. You'll feel that the throw comes from your wrist and forearm. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you have a helpful comment that beginner may find helpful or a question, please leave in the comment section.
Also, feel free to follow us and message us on our social networks. If you would like to purchase a disc, please visit us at ultimatemalaysia.com or you can always visit our Shopee page. Thank you for watching and enjoy learning to throw a disc.